All right. This is not quite a special meeting of the members of the authority pursuant to delegation issued in full board item 2017-01245F on June 8th of 2017. The members delegated to the chairman the ability to act on a request for summary suspension if the secretary's office reaches out to all the members and they are not available to have a special meeting. Secretary's office has done that. Neither Commissioner Fan or Commissioner Ford were available. Council's office has requested a consideration of summary suspension this afternoon, given events that are going to be going on this evening. So with that, just to create a record of this matter, Chairman is going to consider the request from Council's office for a summary suspension of the license issued to Genesis PS 3157459, licensing to Genesis Speedway LLC located in Batavia, New York. And with that, I'll turn the matter over to Council.
Hi, Tom. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Your introduction was a little echo in it. So just for the record, you indicated that
everybody has an echo right now. So.
Okay. Is it clear enough to
yes.
hear? Okay. I was just going to reiterate that you did attempt to reach the other commissioners and could not. And under the delegation, the chairman is going to consider the summary suspension. This matter concerns Genesee Speedway, a TS licensee in Batavia, New York, 5056 East Main Street. This is a racetrack. We received a complaint, the State Liquor Authority received a complaint on July 7th that this raceway had been open on July 4th with spectators at the raceway and fireworks in violation of multiple executive orders. In the process of investigating, actually, you don't really need to do much. You can just go to their website, and they proudly announce on their website that they held this event. And I am reading a post from Rick Black, Batavia, New York, July 4th, 2020. A historic night at Genesee Speedway featuring the return of fans, fireworks, and a full moon was accompanied by a full pit area with 106 cars in competition. The return to normalcy so saw familiar winners return back to victory lane as well as some new names. Describe what happened during the racing. This corroborates from the licensee's own website the complaint, and our understanding is there's also a lot of social media posts about the event taking place and even pictures of the fireworks, although we have not found those yet. The other thing that one could see when investigating this July 4th event is that they are advertising an event to be held on Thursday, July 9th at 7 p.m. That is tonight. On the website, it says fans must sit 6 feet apart and wear masks when not seated. CarQuest presents Grit Sportsman Tour, $1,000 to win. All 6 divisions competing for points. Events also available on Dirt Track Digest TV. Then it says no racing Saturday, July 11th. That is on the front page of their website. If you go to their Facebook page, they're also advertising tonight's event. Thursday Night Thunder, Sportsman crate late model, street stocks, mini stocks, bandits. And it says, and this was about 4 hours ago, was this post, grandstands are open. But if you can't make it, check it out on DTD. And then in another post, which was a little earlier, racing starts later at 7 p.m. Gates open at 5, grandstands open at 6. Pit admission, $30. 7 and under free. Grandstands adult $14, 7 and under free. 8 to 12, $8. 13 to 16, and seniors $11. It's a full schedule. It says tomorrow's race day. It's going to be a hot one, so make sure you hydrate all day. There's no doubt that this location held an event on July 4th and plans to hold an event tonight. The problem is those events are in direct violation of the governor's executive orders related to the COVID-19 pandemic. That includes Executive Order 202.47, which extended an earlier order that specifically addresses racetracks. It says, and I'm reading from the executive order, the directive contained in Executive Order 202.32, allowing any licensee or franchisee of a racetrack to operate such racetrack, is hereby modified and extended until August 2nd to allow any operator of an auto racetrack to operate beginning June 3rd, and to require opening or operations in compliance with Department of Health guidance. And then here's the most important point: and provided further, such auto racetrack allows only essential personnel or participants to be on site and does not permit any visitor or spectator into the facility or on premise. Could not be clearer, this executive order. There's also a provision in this order about the fireworks on July 4th, which expressly made it a violation to hold fireworks in violation of Department of Health guidance, and says use of fireworks by a licensee of any state entity inconsistent with any applicable guidance issued by the Department of Health shall be a basis for suspension or revocation of such license. So at least on July 4th, we know they had fireworks. The guidance does not permit advertising for fireworks and does not permit more than 50 people to watch fireworks. We are going to continue to investigate to see if that particular aspect of the we don't have a head count for what they did on July 4th, but it seems to me that we can also check and see if they were advertising, but we are just learning this as we go. And in all likelihood, they violated the fireworks provision as well. They also intend to violate the allowing of spectators into the race, a direct violation of Executive Order 202.47, the provision I just read. It's also a violation of Executive Order 202.45, which for phase 4 regions, and this is Genesee County, which is in a phase 4 region, they limit 50 people for gatherings, for public gatherings, non-essential gatherings, that is. So those are the executive orders that they're violating. We previously summarily suspended another raceway on July 3rd for violating these executive orders. And that raceway was smart enough to recognize that they were in violation, and they canceled their event. We couldn't catch them. We couldn't catch Genesee before July 4th because we didn't know, but we know now. And we reached out to the licensee. An investigator, Daniel Nevins from the State Liquor Authority, spoke with James Johnson today, one of the two principals on the license at this location. Spoke by telephone. Also reached out to the other principal, but was unable to reach them and left them voicemail. Our investigator informed the principal who he was and instructed him that we were aware of the event taking place tonight, that if it goes through with the event with general public in the grandstands, we would be taking his liquor license away because it's a violation. Also informed him that if they stopped the event, we wanted proof that the event had been canceled. We're told that the man on the phone, Mr. Johnson, was polite and claimed to have spoken to Genesee County Health Department multiple times, as well as the Empire State Development. He also claimed that through Judge Sharp's ruling, outdoor events such as the one tonight is in compliance with executive orders. With respect to that last point, this is an example of how a little knowledge is a dangerous thing. referring to Judge Sharp. Judge Sharp is a federal judge who, in a case called Seuss v. Andrew Cuomo, brought by religious institutions, they sought an injunction against a different executive order that applies to limitations on religious services. That's what that injunction was about. It was not about these other executive orders. And the ruling, which did grant a temporary restraining order, turned on the issue of religious free exercise under the First Amendment. And it didn't say, as Mr. Johnson said, that all events or even religious events were in compliance with the executive order. It suspended one particular aspect of the executive order for a reason that does not apply here. So what we have is a licensee who has already violated the law, intends to violate the law again tonight, violate it in an aspect that just about everybody in the country knows is forbidden. This is a racetrack, okay? Every public sporting event, movies, concerts, they're all canceled. You're not allowed to have spectators at any of these events. Why this particular licensee thinks he's special and is entitled to open his doors, I don't know. But he's been warned. He's refused to back down. The event that he's planning is restricted by the executive order for a good reason. There is a public health crisis at stake here, and the governor has entered an executive order that restricts this activity to protect public health, welfare, and safety. This licensee has no interest in complying with that law. That poses an imminent threat to public health, welfare, and safety. And for that reason, counsel's office is asking the board to enter an emergency order, summary suspension for this license.
Chairman, any questions for council?
Yeah, just a couple. So our investigator did speak with one of the licensee principals and warned him that this action would be taken if the event went forward.
He did, and then he called back a second time later this afternoon, reiterated the fact that if the event was held with fans in the grandstand, his liquor license would be taken away tonight. And the response from the licensee was, then he'll file legal action.
Okay. I think this is the second incident involving racetracks in the last week, and I think it's obvious that this is a clear public violation of the executive orders, but also a threat to the public health, safety, and welfare, given the fact that we're actually in a pandemic. Every professional sport that is attempting to play is playing without spectators, including NASCAR, at a cost of hundreds of millions of dollars. And for some reason, this individual feels like that he needs to have spectators at a racetrack in the middle of a pandemic, when it's obvious that it is a danger to not just his customers, but his employees, as well as the general public. So I'm going to vote to summarily suspend. I'm going to ask that being tomorrow is Friday, that we get the other two commissioners, get in contact with them and reevaluate this as quickly as possible tomorrow after you get in contact with them, Mr. Donahue.
And so we will call a special meeting sometime tomorrow to have the members review the order.
Correct. That's it.
All right. So that's going to conclude the record on this. I don't know if I mentioned before, it is July 9th. We started the meeting about 10:05 or so. And with that, I'm going to stop the recording, and this will be available if needed, this recording.
Whenever you get it. Does that go on our website or no?
I don't know that if technology can do that or not, but the recording will be available.
Okay, that's all.
I'm now ending the recording.
Thank you.